Wow.
I think she's being held here by the hurricane.
I think, yes, 5, gotta be, surely. Wow. Hi, how are you?
I hate
a tough act to follow.
You absolutely put me on the spot, haven't you?
It was like a journalist came in earlier and said, hi, I've just had some great interviews. They were all fantastic. I was like, well, now I feel I'm under pressure to perform.
Absolutely. Well, you know, I feel under pressure, so let's just get on to it. Brilliant. My favourite film so far.
Do you enjoy it?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
I think I like it. It's like the books, more meaty, the characters more, more to get your teeth into, darker.
Absolutely.
You're like a bit of the dark
We all
side.
say that, we sort of say that with each film that comes out, we say it's much darker than the last one. But it is true, it does keep getting darker and darker. I mean, the Voldemort scene is pretty intense at the end of this one. It's quite scary. I mean, it's great. It was fun. It was really fun to do because it was very challenging, but at the same time, it was sort of enjoyable. It was hard work, but it was great fun.
Much more physical role for you.
Yes.
Bit of nudity.
Bit of nudity, yes.
How are we feeling there? I have to say, I saw a few muscles there.
Thank you. That's good to know. I was fine with it, to be honest. They actually left the bit that I wasn't awkward with at all was in the film. I mean, there was one bit where I sort of had to. There was a lot more wading in the original version because I was wading around the pool, and we had. But I was in a pair of flesh-coloured underwear, but it was like swimming trunks, and they were made by a really big designer brand, and I was like, who's making these? Who is wearing these out of choice? You know, so in that way it was sort of, so I got a bit nervous about that bit with the just, appearing in nothing but trunks. It's sort of, especially when you're a teenager and everything, the body thing is a bit like, but it was fine actually. Once you're in the water, it's okay. That scene's great actually because it's quite suggestive. All that stuff with Moaning Myrtle. She's a saucy lady, but it was, so it was fun doing all that.
I was feeling it. I could see it. She was all like, Harry.
You see, and actually, it's quite typical of Harry's luck in a way that the only attention he really gets from a female in this one is from a dead girl. I mean,
absolutely. I mean, do you must be able to identify in a way with Harry. It's like where that whole reality and kind of crosses over because you're playing, you're now famous, and you must get the same kind of attention that he's getting, kind of in an unwanted. Do you know what I mean?
Not really. I mean, the thing is, I really sort of only feel famous for like 2 days a year, which is the premieres. Because other than that, it doesn't really, you never have journalists outside my house. Touch wood, that's actually going to carry on happening because it will be, that will be a bit awkward. But it's really not actually affected that much. I mean, it always sort of surprises people, and some people just refuse to believe that I can have a normal life. Yeah. But I mean, it is actually genuinely the truth. I mean, I still sort of do just normal stuff, and it's good, and when people do come up to me on the street, they're always like really complimentary. And when you work on a film for 11 months, it's great to have people come up to you and say that was really, really good,
My favourite film so far, as I said. But, which do you think's harder? Is it the guy going and asking a girl for the date, or the girl standing and waiting to be asked?
Well, from my point of view, it's going to be the guy asking the girl. Because I think guys are a lot worse at, doing that thing of actually going and making the first, even though it's sort of the guy sort of always seems to have the responsibility to go out and have to ask first. And I think that's incredibly unfair because that's a lot of pressure, and we're not very good at it, and girls generally are better with words, so surely it should be their responsibility. But yeah, so it's always sort of an awkward moment, but I think we have it tougher. I don't know, but you may disagree. I mean, I've never been in the female position, so
We've sat there watching that phone. I'm telling you, it's torture. It's torture.
Fantastic. Thank you very, very much indeed.
Thank you. Cool.
Fantastic.
Thank you. I'll try not to bite.
Yes.